this is Loree from Loree Makes It Great. Tonight I'm going to be making a white chili recipe that I make all the time that my family loves. It's easy, it's delicious, and it's affordable. So if you like my recipes, please subscribe to my channel. This recipe is so easy. You just take 3 cans of cannellini beans, which are white kidney beans. You take 2 cans of the Swanson chicken broth, and it takes a can of diced green chilies in mild. I have tried it with medium, and it's a little bit too spicy for my kids, so I like the mild. You're going to start out by chopping up a medium onion and 4 garlics into a nice fine dice. You're going to put a tablespoon of olive oil down into your preheated pan, and you need to cook your onion down with the garlic until it's nice and translucent. Just takes a few minutes. You don't want to overcook your onion and your garlic or it will burn, so just be careful to watch that. Give this guy a little stir. Now I've already cooked down my boneless, skinless chicken breasts in chicken broth, and the chicken broth helps to give that extra flavor. Then I went ahead and I poured off the chicken broth into my measuring cup, and then I took out my chicken, let it cool down, and I shredded that up. Get that out of the refrigerator. You're going to need 3 cups of chicken. This is white meat chicken, so it's extra delicious in your soup. See, I have my 3 cups of chicken. Set that aside. Give these onions another stir over here. Nice and translucent and soft. And then you're going to be pouring down, this is the easy part, you're going to pour down your chicken broth. Pretty much the trickiest part of this recipe is shredding the chicken and cutting up these onions and garlic. Other than that, it's just pouring in your can. So we're letting these onions cook down. We're going to pour in our broth in just a minute. Okay, so I already have my 1 can I took out of my chicken. You don't want to waste that, so I'm going to pour that in. Just make sure you get out any little bits of the chicken that were left in there. And then I'm going to pour in my other can. Now when you're using 2 cans, it's just under 2 cups each can. If you want to make it exact, you can go ahead and open up another can, but this is plenty to just have the 2 cans in my opinion. Just under the recipe's guidelines of, see, I had 4 cups of chicken broth, so just under that with the 2 cans. Okay, so I'm going to crank up my heat a little bit, get this going. We have the broth there. I'm going to put in my chicken. I think about a cup is about a big grasp of my hand, so most of the time I just do a handful there to measure. Here's 1 can of the beans. If you can't find the cannellini beans, you can always use Great Northern beans. I've had to do that before. I don't know why. Sometimes the store just does not carry the cannellini. They run out, but the Great Northern are very similar. And you could even use smaller white beans if you wanted. I mean, really just, it still would come out great. Okay, so there's my 3rd can of beans. Make sure we get all of those guys in there. Give my hands a quick wash. And we're going to pour in the chilies. One 7-ounce can. And up the salt once you taste it and see what you think. I'd rather have a little bit less. Too much salt is not good. And then the black pepper, about a quarter teaspoon here. Just do it to your taste. Okay. Cloves. I need a quarter cup of cloves. Or I'm sorry, quarter teaspoon of cloves. I'm making a big mess. Okay. The clove adds such a delicious flavor in the soup. I really like it with the white beans. And you need 2 teaspoons of cumin. I just love all the smells when you're getting out the spices. Okay. And cayenne. We need a quarter teaspoon of cayenne. We also need 1 teaspoon of oregano. I'm finding that I make so many different varieties of soups and chilies that I end up using the same spices throughout my recipes, and it makes it really easy to have the spices on hand and you know that you're going to use them up. When I first started cooking, I ended up making all these oddball recipes, and I had like all these different spices, and they would just go bad in my cupboard because I would never use them again after I tried the recipe. So it's nice once you find some spices that you love to cater your recipes to those same spices so that you're not wasting money and you're able to go through them. Okay, so there's all my ingredients in my soup here. I'm just going to stir this up. I add the cheese. You're also going to be adding in, sauteed. You're also going to be adding in 12 ounces of cheese. Now I found for my family that 8 ounces is just fine, and I use the Mexican style cheese a lot. You can use just regular white cheddar, Monterey Jack, just kind of whatever your preference, but I find sometimes the Mexican cheese is cheaper. Monterey Jack cheese is really expensive a lot of times at the store for me. So I'm Doesn't that look good? Look at all that yummy cheese on there. And those nice green chilies. So easy and so delicious.